down and sit down there together. Come sit down. So, we want to try alphabetically like height. So, 10th graders, I want to ask you something. What should the 9th graders look forward to?
Well, this year, personally for me, I have been like so much more connected with my Jewish identity, and I realized how much Judaism impacts me on a daily basis. And I mean, I love Judaism. I love being a Jew, and it just this year just strengthened that for me, and I'm really thankful for that. So, you that's the photo too. Oh yeah, that was me. That was so much.
What was good about that? I mean, okay, but they never give big, so like, what should they look forward to? Like, the rack sounds like a torture cut. So,
for me, especially kids, like I'm not the best when it comes to public speaking, and it really showed me that I could do that, and it really helped with my confidence in that.
you did. I mean, you spoke in comments. You know, this is like,
Did it twice?
so, yeah, right. However, it doesn't work out. But Sarah, what else was about the rack?
About the rack?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, after I spoke in Senator McCarthy's office, I felt that was the most best feeling. I felt empowered, I felt relieved, I felt confident, I felt strong, I felt everything, and I can't even describe how I felt. It was an amazing feeling, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And I feel like it helps me now because like now I'm not scared to do a speech. I'm an English teacher. But I mean that's just like little. Like this will like stay with me my whole life. But that one feeling I had after that will stay with me my whole life, and I'm so grateful for that.
And how scared were you both before you spoke?
I was shaking. I was shaking.
Right, because I know.
couldn't focus on anything else.
Right, so like people are like, well, no, I'm going to be the first one ever to take. When in the middle of the office, I will pass out and hit my head on the table on the way down. I can't do this. And it really is like everybody thinks that this Congress is pretty overwhelming. It's the buildings that you go to they're actually meant to be that way. They're meant to do it. That's why they were built that way. And then when you do it, because you realize you know what you're doing, right? You don't let you do it. You know what you're doing. I get that when we leave, everyone walks about 6 inches off the floor. Like you see everybody, there's actually air over their feet. It's like,
I was jumping up and down.
yeah, right. So were there other things major? Yeah, have to.
So that like my school does this trip every year for the student leadership and diversity conference. And we just found out about it, and I think it's going to be very similar.
I did when I was in 10th grade, and I've taught that way ever since. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the journey in service tonight. We hope you have a wonderful summer. Please remember that your service script for 10th grade 5 services starts tonight. Okay, you get one from me tonight. Next year already. You two never need a service script again. Never. Okay? So, and the other thing is, please think about your community service hours. Because, so, seriously, you've got 36 hours to be completed from 8th and 10th grade by the end of the year. You can do it over the summer, you can do it whenever you want. Check with us if it's not something like in the temple. Just say, hey, is this okay? Check with me, with Cantor, with TJ. Say, is this a good thing to do? Okay? And do those hours, and we'll give you a form to put them all out in. So if you leave 36 hours for the last week, it's the whole week. If you do them over the course between now and next spring, it's really not that much. Okay? So you can leave those in your chairs, and you have the next couple of minutes, you guys whatever, and we'll see you in the morning.
Or should I say Maggie? I'll be your wedding.
I feel like we should be in a circle. How's that sound? Not too loud, not too low? love it.
Let me grab you one. I'm sorry, I'm so used to getting there too. How many ice cubes you want? One, two?
Doesn't matter.
All right,
Thank you.
no problem.
How you doing? Not too bad. How are you? Just fine. You're getting all ready here, huh? So, is there special service here?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I just thought it would be fun to provide a company
Cool.
to your application.
Yeah.
Well, treating this one as an experiment. If this works well, maybe I'll do it occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
People like it.
People will like it. People always like it. I think it does. It does.
It's an experiment. We'll see
Yeah.
how it goes.
Good.
How's life?
Oh, just my whole business stuff is different categories. Most of it's execution, but then on the new stuff, some of it's just like sound. That could be just like technology. It might never hurt. So, but I can do some more stuff. Like I did a bunch of experiments Tuesday night and graph all the results and stuff and go to so I might need a different approach.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously, it's not unusual to run into obstacles like that.
Yeah, I know. It's frustrating. Yeah. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm retired now.
Yeah. Life is good.
I have time to learn all this music.
Yeah, I'm just talking with Larry, and it's like, yeah, they just got back from Florida.
They're almost 5 months.
Yeah, long time. He said they just got back 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
They seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah. I said, what was the weather? Well, it got cool. He says, and then you turn on the news, and then it's like, well, we're having a blizzard up north. So,
Makes them feel better.
So we put on a sweater, and we were fine. No snow to shovel.
No. No shovel, no salt, no sand.
Exactly.
Well, they have sand.
Yeah.
Joanna is going to play a little bit of flute now. Unless she can. She hasn't played the flute in 25 years. But
So,
yeah, it's a flute. It's a flute.
They all know it by heart, right? These are 9th and 10th graders. They know it all by heart, right? We haven't started yet. Yeah, no kidding. Just the front row is taken. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know it did. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. You made it here. The sun is actually going down now. It's really good timing. We get a chance to relax and take a breath and celebrate the start of a big transition in our school among our students. Tonight we will introduce for the first time the confirmation class of 5779. 1 year from right now, they will be coming to the Bima as they confirm their identities and their belonging to the Jewish people. So tonight we will celebrate that with them. So right now, I ask you a different question than I usually do. I'd like you to think of your biggest dream in your life. Not from the past, but from right now. What is your biggest dream? And I'd like you to find someone in the room that you don't know. Tell them your name, ask them their name, and share your dreams. Go for it. You too. Go to people you don't know.
Okay, so before we start the code.
Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you. We invite you to take your seats again. I am so grateful to Bruce Cooper for joining us today to help add some music to our lives. Thank you, Bruce. We begin with a prayer that says, "With this prayer I prepare." Hareini is on the screens. We continue with Kabbalat Shabbat, page 130 in our Sidurim. 130, Psalm 95. Come, let us sing joyously to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. our melody for Psalm 150. I hope that you will pick it up and join with us. The words that we're going to sing on are hallelujah, so that's not too hard. We just got to get the right rhythm in it. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, el bikocho, hallelujah, birkia uzo, hallelujah, bigvurata, hallelujah, kerotuno. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, beteka shofar. Hallelujah, benelvechina. Hallelujah, betofa machon. Hallelujah, beminim beugam. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, b'tzitzle shama. Hallelujah, b'tzitzle truma. Kol hashama, tehallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
With that, we welcome Shabbat. The sun is setting. Tonight is going to go from gentle to a little rainy. Tomorrow is going to go from partly cloudy to massively stormy in the evening. It's going to be an entire range of Shabbat experiences, from having a chance to go out and take a walk to needing to huddle inside someplace safe. It's going to be quite an exciting evening tomorrow night. And we get to stop and appreciate the glory of this world that we live in. We all have the opportunity to be protected from the elements, to go out in them when we choose. And so we have a chance to see all of the beauty, all of the wonder of this world. So as the sun sets, we bring light into our lives and light into the world. Candle lighting is on page 121 and 120.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehad lifneh shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Page 146. Please rise if you are able.
Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai, Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher bidbaro mariv aravim, b'chokmah potiach shorim. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech haolam, asher bidbaro mariv aravim, b'chokmah potiach shorim. Baruch atah Adonai Amariv
Page 150. This is the season of the giving of the Torah. We walk together from Egypt to Mount Sinai, and we are almost to the end of that journey in our history and in the lives of our students today. Together. Ever-loving love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. We're on page 154. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You alone are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You perform miracles for us before Pharaoh, signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst, to freedom for all time. When your children witnessed your dominance, they praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously.
Ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam, ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bam. Mi kama bay li madonna, mi kama anedar bakodesh, noratino asekele, noratino asekele, mahalle otehara uvanecha, lokei ayam mipnei Moshe uMiriam, zeini anu ve'amru, Adonai imo le'olam va'ed, ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam, ya bye bye bim bim bam, ya bye bye bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bam. Ay 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 ay, ya bye bye bim bam.
Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Grant, O God,
That we may lie down in peace, and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukkot shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. 162. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, כי ששת ימים, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ונפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות ברית עולם.
We continue with the Amidah beginning on 164. Please rise if you're able.
Tehillah
You are holy. Your name is holy. And those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Kachenu b'mitzvotecha, v'tenchakenu b'toratecha. Sabeinu mituvecha, v'samchenu b'yeshuatecha. V'tahel libeinu le'ovdecha b'emet, v'tahel libeinu. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai. Mikadesh HaShabbat.
Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Let our eyes behold your loving return to Zion. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose presence returns to Zion. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato l'tzion. 177. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulcha na'eh lahodot.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. We continue silently through page 181, or the words of our own heart. Yihol ratzon what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be kind, be true. May they be acceptable to you. Oh, my rock, and my Redeemer.
Tuesday begins the month of Sivan, so please turn to page 379 as we prepare to welcome the new month. Once again, this is an open book test, and I just gave you both the answers, Sivan and Tuesday. Yehi ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, shetechadesh aleinu et hachodesh haba, l'tova v'libracha, v'titein lanu chayim arukim, chayim shel shalom, chayim shel parnasa, chayim shetehevanu ahavat Torah v'yirat shamayim, chayim sheyimalu mishalot libenu l'tova. Amen. Selah. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. The new month of Sivan will begin on Tuesday. As I said at the beginning of the service, this week-ish, the next 8 days, mark a transition for us and for the Jewish people, because roughly 3,500 years ago right now, we were making our way from the Red Sea to Mount Sinai. And that was going to mark an incredible change in our lives and our people's existence and really in the world. In our congregation, our 10th graders are finalizing their preparations for confirmation, which is next Saturday evening. We hope you'll join us as we celebrate Shavuot. And so at the time that they are preparing to finish this milestone in their Jewish education, minimum of 8 years of study, some 9, some 10, some more, we also look to the next year's class, because the people who are now 9th graders are about to spend 1 year in their journey to Sinai, a journey that will culminate just about 1 year from right now in their coming to the Torah as confirmands as well. So this evening, we invite, first of all, representatives of our 10th grade class, Jackie Barron and Sarah Cotter. And for the first time they have ever been introduced this way, the members of the confirmation class of 5779. Zohar Grinwald, Kieran Ho, Liam Klass, Kylie Scherer, and Lucas Timpanaro, who could not be here tonight.
We stand together before the Holy Ark, witnesses to our past, builders of our future.
We stand together as the newest link in the chain of tradition to live and teach the words of Torah, as it is said.
Moses received the Torah on Sinai and transmitted it to Joshua. Joshua gave it to the elders the prophets. The prophets passed it on to the great assembly.
Simon the just was a survivor of that great assembly. He said, the world stands on three things, on Torah, on prayer, and on deeds of loving kindness.
As the Torah is transmitted from one teacher to the next, our lives are enriched and we join together in the joy of dedication as together we say, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam,
Shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu b'zman hazeh.
Blessed are you,
Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe,
for
Creating us, sustaining us,
and
and bringing us to this day of celebration. Please rise.
What is the Torah?
2 wooden sticks, the skin of a kosher animal, and some chemicals mixed together. That's all it takes to write a Torah.
That and 4,000 years of wandering, searching, suffering, learning, following, leading, loving, blessing.
2 wooden sticks, the skin of a kosher animal, and some chemicals mixed together. That's all it takes to write a Torah.
That and 4,000 years of longing, teaching, hoping, weeping, remembering, planting, praying, praising.
2 wooden sticks, the skin of a kosher animal, and some chemicals mixed together. That's all it takes to write a Torah.
That and 4,000 years of living with God looking over our shoulders.
Adonai Hagadol, L'har kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
Please be seated. In the calendar, we're approaching Mount Sinai. In the cycle of the Torah reading, we're there. We are not there at the Ten Commandments. That happened a while back. We are now hearing more of the instructions which Moses was given as he stood on Sinai. In fact, this portion is called Bahar. The first words are Bahar Sinai. On Mount Sinai, God said this to Moses. So today we hear some of the more idealistic instructions for the sabbatical year and for the Jubilee year, which were our vision of what the world might possibly one day be.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamborach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notin HaTorah.
Amen. V'daber Adonai el Moshe Bahar Sinai lemor. And Adonai spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai and said, Daber el bnei Yisrael va'amarta alehem. Speak to the Israelites and say this to them. Ki tavo'u el ha'aretz asher ani noten lachem. When you come into the land that I am giving to you, v'shavta ha'aretz Shabbat ladonai. The land itself shall have a Shabbat for Adonai. Shesh shanim tizra sadecha v'shesh shanim tizmor karmecha v'asafta et tuata. For 6 years in a row, you may sow the land, and for 6 years you may trim your vineyards and gather in all of its produce. Uvashana hashvi'it Shabbat Shabbaton yeh la'aretz Shabbat ladonai. But the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of complete rest for the land, a Sabbath for Adonai. Sadcha lo tizra v'charmecha lo tizmor. You shall not sow the land, and you shall not gather the grapes that come off the untrimmed vines. Et safiach kitzircha lo tiktzor, that inve nizirecha lo tivtzor. First was do not plant or trim. The second is now you shall not gather in anything which grew on the land or anything which grew in those untrimmed vines. Shnat Shabbaton yeh la'aretz. A year of complete rest shall it be for the land. V'haita Shabbat ha'aretz lachem lo'ochla, lecha ule'avdecha v'la'amatcha U'schircha u'letoshavecha hagarim imach v'liv hemtecha v'lachaya asher ba'artzecha tiyeh kol tuata le'echol. And what shall you eat during that 7th year? You shall eat all that the land had provided previously. There will be enough for you, for your servants, male and female servants, for your hired workers, for the strangers who are living with you, and even for your animals and all the wild beasts of the field. They can eat that which the land itself produces. V'safarta lacha sheva shabtot shanim. And then you shall count 7 Sabbaths of years. Sheva shanim sheva pa'amim. 7 years, 7 times. V'haya lacha yemei sheva shabtot hashanim tesha v'arba'im shana. The total count of those 7 Sabbaths of years shall be 49 years. V'havarta shofar truah b'chodesh hashvi'i. Ba'asor lachodesh, b'yom ha'kippurim, ta'viru shofar b'chol artzechem. And then you shall cause the sound of the shofar to be heard throughout your land. In the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, which is Yom Kippur, you shall make the shofar sound in all of your land. V'kidashtem et shnat ha'chamishim shana, and you shall sanctify the 50th year. Ukratem dror la'aretz, L'chol yoshveha, and you shall declare freedom, liberty, throughout the land for all its inhabitants. Yovelhu tiyeh lechem. It shall be a jubilee year for you. V'shavtem ish elachuzato. Each person shall return to their original holding. V'ish el mishpachto tashivu. And each person shall return to their family.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
We turn to Misha Berach book
It's
on the screens. And before we join in the prayer, we ask if you would like to add the names of people you're praying for to our prayer, please rise and say their names aloud.
sheberach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Yivarech veYirapeh et hacholim Elna Refana Elna Refana la Elna Refana Elna Refana la Elna Refana Elna Refana li Elna Refana Elna Refana lanu Mi sheberach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Yivarech veYirapeh et hacholim
Please rise if you're able.
Vezat HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai v'yad Moshe.
And this is the Torah which Moses placed before the people of Israel, as God commanded.
Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai lai.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May our destiny be for worlds still to come.
And may you trust in generations past and yet to be.
May our hearts be filled with intuition.
And your words be filled with insight.
May songs of praise ever be upon our tongue.
And your vision be on the straight path before you.
May our eyes shine with the light of holy words.
And your face reflect the brightness of the heavens.
May our lips always speak wisdom.
And your fulfillment be in righteousness.
And may we always yearn to hear the words of the holy ancient one of old.
We ask God's blessing on you. May Har Sinai, the words given to us at Mount Sinai. May God bless you and protect you. May the light of God's face shine on you, and may God be good to you. May God's face be lifted up on you. May God always watch over you, and may God bless you with peace. be seated. So I'm going to talk to our confirmation students. You can all listen if you'd like. Maybe you'll find it speaks to you too. We're on this trip from Egypt to Sinai right now. As you are all on this trip. Some of you can see Sinai. We're approaching it right there next Saturday. Others, you've heard about the journey, but you're just starting out down this path. But I'd like you to think for a minute about the ones who didn't go on the journey. Because there were. There were Israelites in Egypt who didn't leave. So why would someone not have left when Moses gets up and says, hey, we're going to be free. Follow me. Why would anyone say, no, thank you? Any ideas, any reasons? Anyone? Who? And give me an idea. What? Yes? Sure. Sam Levinson said many years ago, to a worm in horseradish, the horseradish tastes sweet. They were slaves, but it's what they knew, and it's familiar. It's not great, but it's familiar. Good. Why else? Yes? They're not able to. They weren't able to go. Physically, they couldn't do it. Or, maybe they had a little side business going, and if they leave, they lose it. And, it makes pretty good money for a slave. It's not bad. So one reason or another, they couldn't go. What? Yes?
When you leave Egypt, you're going out into the desert. There's no guarantee that you're going to have food, water, or survive.
Yeah, this Moses guy is not standing there with a wagon train. Here are the supplies we're taking with us as we go. He just says, come on, let's go. Where? Out there. Out there, people died. Well, no, come on. So what are we going to eat? I don't know. I think God will take care of it. Sure. Great. Right. So other reasons. Why would you say no? Yeah? They were scared to death. Just terrified. They know this, and they don't know what's out there. And the unknown is often scary. So I want you to think about this. Because there were Israelites who said, not going. So what did the Israelites who went get to experience that turns out made it pretty worthwhile? I mean, we know those Israelites never made it to the promised land. They died in the desert, but they lived a long time. So what did they get to experience in those times from when they left, when they said, okay, we're leaving Egypt, to the end of their lives, whenever that was? What was cool? What? They built the tabernacle. They built their own portable house of worship that they could take with them wherever they went, and they could invoke God's name, their God, not Pharaoh, the way they chose to. Pretty awesome. Yeah? What else happened to them? Yes? They were free. They actually were. That doesn't mean, free doesn't mean you spend all day watching TV and eating bonbons, but they were free. They got to make decisions on their own. Good. What else? What else might have made it worthwhile for them to go? They didn't know about it when they started. They can be with their families. No one's going to separate them. No one's going to pull them apart and say, we need you to work over here and you to work over there. You get to be with your own family. Good. Yes? They got to see something other than just the same old, right? Good. What else? Yeah? So commandments in the Torah, they got to experience that. Where did that happen? At Sinai. Anyone remember the description of what it was like when they stood at the foot of Sinai? Anyone remember what went on? Torah says it was the most awesome thing anyone had ever seen. Have you all seen those pictures of the volcanoes out in Hawaii right now? Makes it look like nothing. Make those look like nothing. Though it said the earth shook. There was thunder and lightning and light that was loud and clouds that were bright. Sounds that were bright. Like even the point where it mixed up the senses. You got to be at Sinai. You got to hear God speak. Whoa! There's also one other little miracle they got to experience before they got to Sinai. Anyone remember that one? They crossed the sea. The sea opens up and they walk through. Pretty cool. You know, they didn't have movies yet, so they didn't get to see it there. They got to see it in real life. So was it worth it? Who thinks it was worth it? Okay. I'm really glad you all raised your hands. No, really, for this reason. When you were in 7th grade, your classes were bigger. There were more students. A lot more students. They finished bar and bat mitzvah, and we said to them, come on, there's this other journey out there. And they went, no thanks. That's cool. They're welcome to do that. But they all said, no thanks. Maybe it was scary. Maybe they realized it was going to be a lot of work. Maybe they just didn't know what was going to happen, and they'd rather stick with what they knew. But each of you here now, our confirmands coming up, and next year's confirmation class, you decided to make the journey to Sinai. And by doing that, our ancestors changed the course of history. The course of all of history. Because the amount of history that comes from the Torah is not just Jewish. It's Jewish, it's Christian, it's Muslim. It's British law, it's American law, it's Roman and Greek law. They're all founded in this thing that we got on our journey. This is now coming to you. You are standing and embracing it. And I want you to know that this journey is literally a sacred journey. It was for our ancestors, and it is for you. What I said to our 10th graders in one of our practice sessions was that a really strange thing happens on Shavuot. We've been practicing and practicing the prayers and everything, and on Shavuot, that ritual turns into something magical. You become more than the sum of the words. You become something different. You become something special. And you will, I believe, change the world. You may not individually change the entire world, but you will individually change a part of it. And collectively, I honestly believe you will change the world. And that's your journey. You're the ones that said, I understand the scary parts, and I'm going anyway. I understand the work, I'm going anyway. I understand it might be easier to hang out and watch TV, but I'm going anyway. And so I would love you to become the role models for everybody else in this room. Because it's not too late for anyone to set out on the journey. Not anyone. Because Torah awaits. It sits there and it waits. Who wants to explore? We have adults right now who are studying to celebrate their being bat mitzvah. They were bat mitzvah a number of years ago. They turned 13. But they decided to step up and celebrate it and take on the work and take on the journey. We have students, adults who study with us during the day, study in the evening, who set out to learn projects, to learn about each other, to learn about people who aren't like us. And every time they do that, they change the world. So for all of you in the room, you still have the option. This isn't like, oh, I wish I could make that choice now because it's too late for me. It's not. Every day, God says, will you set out on the journey? We have role models of what happens when we do. May our journey turn out as beautifully as yours. Mazel tov. I hope that everyone will congratulate our 10th graders and our 9th graders. And I hope that everyone will join us next Saturday night as we celebrate Shavuot and celebrate our first fruits, our best that we offer to God during Shavuot. Page 586 in the middle of the page. Please rise if you're able.
Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו במשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
588.
שבת השמיים ויוצר הארץ, ומשל יברך בשמיים ממעל, משכינה דוזו בגבי מרומים, ואלוהינו אלוהי אמת מלכינו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום את שבעת לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
Page 590. Please be seated. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, Adonai our God, let them pay homage. Let them give glory to your honored name. Let all accept the yoke of your reign, that you may rule over us soon and forever. For sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As is written in your Torah, Adonai will reign forever and ever.
Lemor v'haya Adonai lemelech kol haaretz, vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
I want to congratulate our 10th graders and our new 10th graders and your families, Mazel Tov. And for those new 10th graders, I'm really looking forward to taking this journey with you during the coming year. I'm very, very excited about it, and I'm honored to be able to share it with you. Mazel Tov. For the men of TRT, this coming Thursday, we have our next session of Torah and Tequila. And if you would like to join us, if you know any men in the congregation that would like to join us, please, if you would let us know, just call the office and say so. But it starts at, I believe, 7:30, whatever they tell me to do, around 7:30. Yes, 7:30. We study together, we share together, we have some hors d'oeuvres, and we have tequila, scotch, bourbon, coffee, tea, and soft drinks. I've actually reached a point, this is funny, where people are coming to me and saying, we had a party and we have half a bottle of Jack Daniels left, do you want it? And I come into my office and find a little mini bar lined up. So the variety is increasing, but we do offer, we did find it, once again, Don Weber tequila. Was able to get it. It is really good stuff. And so come join us on Thursday night, gentlemen. It's open to all of you. Shira, would you talk about the iftar?
June 4th at 8 o'clock, we're gathering together to help our Muslim brothers and sisters and children of brothers and sisters celebrate the holiday of Ramadan by breaking fast. We will feed them. They break the fast with dates and watermelon. Then they pray, and then we
Yes, it is open to teenagers who would like to come. And it's, Salam Shalom Sisterhood meets throughout the year. There are a lot of opportunities for the men to get together, for teens to get together. And it is such a beautiful experience. Please come join us. You'll have a great time and you'll learn a lot. And it's just fun. And then on June 11th, we have a Taste of New Jersey. If you haven't gotten your tickets, please call the office or sign up. You can sign up online and get your tickets. We have almost 50 restaurants that are now going to be part of this, that are each bringing one of their best dishes for us to eat as much as we wish of. And it's going to be a really great night. It's up at the Grand Marquis. So please, if you're coming, let us know, because otherwise people freak out that no one's coming. But if you could do that, that would be great. Other programs going on, I mentioned Shavuot, which is next Saturday evening at 7:30. It is Shavuot and Confirmation and also Yizkor. So we do those all together. And then next Friday, it isn't on here, next Friday is our last Rock Shabbat of the year with Max Kassler as our guest artist, 8 o'clock. Come and bring friends, bring other people. And when we get into June, we have some creative ideas like Shabbat Under the Stars on one of the Friday evenings. In July, we have our annual service down at Lake Toponimus. All kinds of things going on. So take the announcement sheet with you. Also the night of Shabbat Under the Stars. Prior to that, before Shabbat begins, is our annual congregational meeting. And we're going to give you an update on what's gone on during the past year. We also have fun stuff like voting on the budget and slate of officers. But we try to give you a little idea of what this community has been doing over the past year. And then you stay for Shabbat Under the Stars. So we hope you'll join us for that too.
And I just want to once again thank Bruce Cooper for making this so much more. Thank you, Bruce.
And you're doing this every week from now on, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bruce, really. We turn to page 598. Before we join in Kaddish, we remember our loved ones who have died. If you are here to see Kaddish for Shiva, for someone who died during the past week, we ask you please to rise and say their names aloud. I add the name of our dear colleague and genuine mensch, Rabbi Aaron Pankin. If you are here for Shloshim, for someone who died within the past 30 days, please rise and say their names aloud. And if you are here for Yartzeit or say Kaddish for any other reason, please rise and say their names aloud now.
Even Mass.
Hamakom Yenachem Etchem Im Sha'ar Avlei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May God console you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Please rise. Kaddish is on the screens together with the last line that is different. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'b'yomechon, u'b'chayei b'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'b'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh, v'yithalal shmei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all the world, to which we say, amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel.
turn to Kiddush on page 122 and 123. And I would like to invite the confirmation class of 5779 to come up and help lead us. That's you guys. Bring your books unless you know it by heart. 122. You got it?
And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. And on the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maaseh bereshit. Yom Tefillah Lemikrae Kodesh Zecher Letziat Mizrayim Ki banu bacharta Ve'otanu kidashta Mikol hamim Ve'shabbat kodshecha Ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Tear a piece off yourself. Be aggressive. There you go.
They've got books, it's hard. The one-handed tear is a difficult aspect.
That and you're all over 13, but all of you and our 10th graders get candy tonight too.
You'd think they have no access to candy.
No, none, but it's different. Holy candy. You two coming up? Come on.
Especially candy. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get
No, that's my fault. Okay, you got it?
Tonight we close with Olam Chesed Yibaneh, together as partners with God, as partners with each other, we can build a world from love. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yelenai, Dai, Dai, Yelenai, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yelenai, Dai, Dai, Yelenai, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, Yelenai, Dai, Dai, Yelenai, Olam
Olam chesed yibaneh. We must build a world of love. Who will build that world? The rabbi said in looking at the text of Torah, Al tikra banayich ela bonayich. Don't say they are your children. Say they are your builders. Please, God, may these young people be the builders of a world of chesed, of goodness, of love, and of peace. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Music's come with us.
Maya Behaya.
Yeah, just for a sec. No, I